This is genuinely insane, as Giannis Antetokounmpo has revealed that multiple people in his circle want the Milwaukee Bucks to trade him to the New York Knicks, and Leon Rose, as always, is going to be ready to pounce on this, with one man specifically being the lead target in a trade between Giannis and the Knicks, or the Bucks and the Knicks for Giannis, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things, as always. If you guys are part of that 67% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and if you're not, you can tell me to take this glass of iced tea and just smash it over my head. But you got also do neither of those things. But also, in all seriousness, we do have channel members now as well. We're going to give a bunch of cool perks out to them. You guys are going to get to come on Zoom with us for some of our happy hour shows. Talk to us. Depending on the membership, it could be from 5 minutes to the whole episode, stuff like that. You don't want to miss out on that. That's going to be a fun time. But let's jump into it in all seriousness, because Giannis Antetokounmpo has been the main focus of this offseason. The Greek Freak has been one of the best players in the NBA for 5 to 6 to 7 years now, and has 2 MVPs and a Defensive Player of the Year and an NBA championship to show it. Giannis is, any given day, the best player on the planet. He's just one of those guys. Now, he's not usually, I would say, but there's a reason why he's always in the top 3 of MVP voting every year, and it's because he deserves to be there. Giannis is phenomenal. No one's doubting that he's a superstar, and the Milwaukee Bucks have done nothing to help him since they won the NBA Finals in 2021. Now, part of that is on Giannis. The Damian Lillard trade was a massive error, as we could see, based off Jrue Holiday having multiple rings and Giannis and co having the one. Now, the Bucks have really found themselves in an ugly spot. Their second best player is Miles Turner, and great job by them for stealing Miles Turner away from the Pacers, because the Pacers were willing to pay for him, but the Bucks are able to get him out of there. Giannis did an excellent job recruiting, but that does not mean that everything's all saved, because at the end of the day, everyone, including Giannis, knows that Miles Turner cannot be the second best player on a championship team, even if Giannis is your best player. So that does leave the Bucks in a weird spot. And Giannis has been very non-committal on what his future holds. And he was recently in Greece with streamer IShowSpeed, who is just really getting around being everywhere. Good on him. But they were talking, and they were talking about Giannis and potential trades, and New York got brought up, and Giannis said, "A lot of people have tried to convince me to go play for the Knicks. Probably I'm staying in Milwaukee. We'll see. I love Milwaukee." Now, obviously, that is not a bad answer by any means, but Giannis's corner, his camp, wants him to be a Knick very, very clearly, and I saw a really good way of explaining this from one of my best Twitter friends, my buddy Max. He said, "How would you feel about the following interaction? So are you staying with her? We'll see. Probably. Now imagine my wife was the Milwaukee Bucks." I can tell you from personal experience that this situation that they're in, this is kind of like the conversations that you have with your friends before you break up with your girlfriend. Like, that is the type of stuff that you talk about before you pull the trigger. That is so Giannis being like, well, I can't just say nothing. But also, Giannis is a massive troll. He's always been this way. He's always tried to do this. He's always having fun. Remember, Giannis once posted a photo of him on April Fool's Day of him in a Knicks jersey because it was funny. Like, not him, like, actually wearing one, like a Photoshop of him. And it was, like, one day. Like, he loves to mess around. He loves to screw with people because he finds it funny to just manipulate the media because he knows he can at any given moment. So he does it for his own personal enjoyment, which honestly I think is great. I would probably do the same if I were him. That's got to be fun to know. It's like, yeah, I could make the media just go crazy. There was this Eminem line once where it was like, if I bet you I'd be in tomorrow's paper, who would the odds favor? Because at any given point, Giannis can do that. He could be like, you want me to be the story of the day? Let me do this right now. Let me have some world-famous streamer, because, I imagine he's this Speed the most someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really great with the Twitch streaming stuff, but Speed's the most. It's him or Kai Cenat, right? I know Kai Cenat knows LeBron, but I guess Speed knows Giannis. So, I don't know. Someone tell me who it is in the comments. Maybe it's neither of them somehow. I really don't know. But shout out to both of them because, well, they help any content creators really just by existing. So in regards to Giannis, it comes down to the fact that he's trolling, he's having fun with this, but also he's being serious in the sense that he's not necessarily just going to sit around with the Bucks and watch them lose. He's been adamant about that. He's like, if I win one championship by the end of my career, I'm not going to be satisfied at all. I'm going to be really upset with that. And he basically said, he didn't say it, but he's like, I will leave the Bucks to win more. I'm not going to sit here and watch this ship go down and me just go down with it for the culture. I will leave. I'm the greatest Milwaukee Buck of all time. I really don't owe you anything else. And he doesn't. He doesn't owe the Bucks anything. So he could easily just make the call, get out, and jump ship. Now, as we know, Mike Brown was caught by a Knicks fan who is wearing a Lakers hat in that. But as I said, don't take it into account. I own one as well. I don't wear it that much, but I don't really wear it ever because I don't like the camo Lakers hat. It makes me, I don't know. It makes me, I'd feel like a casual if I was wearing a camo Lakers hat for some reason. I feel like people would just think I don't know ball. But, in regards to this, when a fan ran to Mike Brown, he was asked about, are we getting either Giannis or Bron? And Mike Brown said, I'm not trading my wings, which is very, very interesting. I also like the response. However, the New York Post had this to say recently. Although Antetokounmpo has not officially requested a trade, his comment shows just how touch and go his situation is. Any trade to the Knicks would be rather complicated, as they would almost certainly have to trade Karl-Anthony Towns to make the salaries match up. So Towns, the one-year Knick who did show a lot of greatness in that first season, would get swapped for Giannis. I don't think any Knicks fan would argue, because as great as Towns is, don't get me wrong, Giannis is better. He's one of the 3 best players, one of the 5 best players at the very worst on the planet. Towns, absolutely excellent last season. 24.4 points per game, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 42% from the field and 52%, or 42% from 3 and 52% from the field. Man was absolutely phenomenal, was the best player on the team throughout the conference finals as well. He showed up. He was the reason the Knicks won Game 3 because he had a 20-point fourth quarter. The man was awesome, but it's not Giannis, and very few are Giannis. 30.4 points per game, 12 rebounds, 6.5 assists, a steal, a block, 60% from the field. Yeah, he can't shoot the 3, but it does not matter. The man is a champion. He's a two-way superstar. There's no doubt about it. Now, when you look at Giannis in the playoffs last year, and again, it was just 5 games, but at the same time, it's still Giannis. We know these numbers could last. Put up 33 points, 15.4 rebounds, and 6.6 assists in those 5 games. It was not his fault the Bucks lost. It was the fact that the rest of the Bucks were absolutely terrible. Towns is also good, but he wasn't Giannis good. 21 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 1 assist, shooting 48% from the field and 35% from 3. With that 3-point shot consistently going down in the playoffs every single year, trading for Giannis makes things a lot less worrisome with the spacing, especially because you can figure out the spacing a little bit more as well. Would it lead to them moving Mitchell Robinson? Maybe, not necessarily. The Knicks would have to retool their roster to build it more around Giannis to get more spacing out there, because we know Mike Brown likes his spacing. And John Horst would have to agree to trading Giannis, which is something that he's not shown any inclination to doing so thus far. And also, would he trade him for a package to the New York Knicks centered around Karl-Anthony Towns just because Leon wants it, but more importantly, Giannis Antetokounmpo wants it? The same way that Giannis doesn't owe the Bucks anything. He doesn't. He's the greatest player in their history. The Bucks don't exactly owe Giannis, hey, you can go to this team and ruin our future because you want to go here. It's not like those cops outside my window are going to go and arrest John Horst if he doesn't trade Giannis to Giannis' preferred destination. There's teams that have assets. The Rockets, for instance, held back on the KD stuff a bit, so they'd have assets to trade for Giannis. There's teams out there with more assets than the Knicks. The Nets, who want Giannis, have more assets than the Knicks. Now, they don't have anything else to work with, so that things could get a little sticky there, and he could leave. But still, the Knicks don't have the most assets. So Giannis would have to say to any team, I will not sign an extension with you. I will only sign an extension with the Knicks, like Kawhi did. How he said, I'm going to LA, hell or high water. Toronto, I will not sign an extension with you if you trade for me. Toronto says, whoops, we traded for him anyway and won an NBA Finals. Completely worth it. So that's really what things come down to here. What do you guys think is going to happen? I'll be honest, I do not think Giannis ends up on the Knicks. I think Giannis is staying for another year with the Bucks, and I think he's going to burn a year, and it's going to be a mistake in the long run. But I don't see Giannis getting traded this season. I see around the deadline when the Bucks are like a 5th seed in a weak East, because it's a weak East, and this is the Knicks' golden opportunity to go and win the NBA Finals. I imagine there will be a lot of trade talk surrounding Giannis, because it'll become evidently clear that Giannis is sick of dragging the Bucks around. But where things stand right now, I would be shocked if Giannis got traded. The Brian Windhorst did say it would happen in August if it happens. I don't really see it. Giannis would have to formally request a trade with the Bucks, because they're not just going to trade him because they're scared. They would only trade him if Giannis was like, I'm done. I did what I could. I'm sorry. It's a lost cause at this point. You guys don't own a first-round pick till 2031. What am I supposed to do? But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Consider becoming a channel member if you want to talk to me and Matt on the live streams, and also have an input on some of our videos, as well as much more stuff that we are going to announce later on as we fully figure this membership thing out. Work in progress. We're still learning, but we're going to get it good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and go Knicks. I know it's a trade video. I understand. But I'm making less of them. If you guys watch the channel enough, you know that.